All right, everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. And today, we're really going deep, like down the rabbit hole with NeuralMind, Episode 4. This one's got me thinking differently about the whole AI landscape. Like, it's not just about chatbots and self-driving cars anymore.
Yeah, NeuralMind really flips the script. They're saying, forget the AI race. We're used to seeing who's got the coolest gadgets, the smartest algorithms. They're saying that war is already over.
We won.
The data hoarders, the ones sitting on mountains of information.
Data domination, that's what they call it, right? So are we talking like Google, Amazon, those guys?
Bingo, they're the
Yeah.
ones NeuralMind is pointing the finger at. Google's been tracking our every move online for what feels like forever. Every search, every click, it's all fuel for their AI engine.
Okay, yeah. I have to admit, it's kind of freaky how Google seems to know what I'm thinking before I even type it in. But it's not just them, right?
Definitely not. Microsoft's teamed up with OpenAI, which gives them access to some seriously powerful AI models. And then there's Amazon. They're not just selling us stuff, they're analyzing every single purchase, every review. It's like they're building this massive map of global shopping behavior.
So they're not just profiling us as individuals. They're figuring out how we act as consumers as a whole society. Kind of creepy when you think about it.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. NeuralMind suggests it's getting harder and harder to escape this data collection net. We're constantly feeding the machine, even when we don't realize
And
it.
it's starting to feel like one of those Black Mirror episodes. But what are they doing with all this data? It can't just be about serving us better ads, right?
NeuralMind argues it goes way deeper than that. They say these companies are using AI to predict and even influence our actions, like steering us towards certain products or opinions without us even knowing.
Wait, are they saying we're basically puppets? That we don't even have free will anymore?
That's the question NeuralMind is forcing us to confront. Have you ever felt like you're being nudged online, like you're being led down a specific path?
Hmm. Now that you mention it, I have had those moments where I'm like, whoa, how did they know I was interested in that? But is that just good marketing or is there something more sinister going on?
Well, NeuralMind wants us to consider the possibility that what we see is just the tip of the iceberg, that there's a whole lot more happening behind the scenes in what they call AI black sites.
AI black sites. Okay, now this is getting seriously spooky. What are we talking about here? Like secret labs and underground bunkers?
Not quite, but close NeuralMind points to companies like Palantir. They do a lot of work with intelligence agencies, using AI to track global conflicts, market trends, all sorts of things. It's like they're building a real-time map of the world's power dynamics.
That's some next level intelligence gathering. Is that even legal?
That's a whole other debate. But it definitely raises questions about transparency and oversight. And then there's Google's AlphaCode project. They're supposedly developing AI that can write code as well as, or even better than humans.
Whoa, hold on. Are they trying to put programmers out of a job? What would that even look like?
Imagine AI that can write flawless code. It could automate huge parts of the software development process, revolutionize industries. But yeah, it could also displace a lot of skilled workers.
The implications are huge. But it sounds like these AI black sites aren't just about innovation and efficiency. NeuralMind is hinting at some darker applications too, right?
Unfortunately, yes. They bring up China's use of AI-powered surveillance to monitor and control its citizens. Imagine a system that can predict and suppress dissent before it even happens. It's a pretty chilling thought.
It's like something out of a dystopian sci-fi film, but it's happening right now. If these AI black sites are already this powerful, where does it all end?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's like we're in this game where the rules are constantly changing and we don't even know who the players are.
And just when you think you've got a handle on things, they throw this whole deepfake thing into the mix. Remember when deepfakes were just those weird videos you'd see online, like someone's face pasted onto another person's body?
Right, it seemed like harmless fun, a bit of internet weirdness.
But NeuralMind is saying, hold on, this is getting serious. Like, deepfakes are evolving way beyond those silly memes.
They're saying deepfakes are being weaponized, turned into tools of information warfare.
Weaponized. Okay, now you've got my attention. What do they mean by that?
Well, for example, NeuralMind claims the Pentagon is experimenting with AI-generated voices for psychological operations. Like, they could create a fake audio message from a general ordering troops to retreat, and it would be so convincing that the enemy wouldn't question it.
That's messed up. But it kind of makes sense. I mean, we're wired to trust voices, especially in high-pressure situations.
Exactly. And it's not just the military. NeuralMind says China is using AI-generated influencers to shape public opinion.
Wait, are they creating fake people? Like deepfake
Oh.
social media stars?
Yep. Incredibly sophisticated, incredibly insidious. These AI-generated influencers can build massive followings, pushing specific agendas or narratives without anyone realizing they're interacting with a machine.
This is blowing my mind. It's like we can't trust anything we see or hear online anymore. Is there any way to tell if we're being deepfaked?
That's the challenge. As the technology gets better, it's getting harder and harder to spot the fakes. NeuralMind suggests we need to develop a whole new set of digital literacy skills, a deepfake detection toolkit, so to speak.
So we got to become like digital detectives, constantly looking for clues and inconsistencies, anything that seems off.
Precisely. Pay attention to details that don't quite add up, be wary of information from unverified sources, and most importantly, trust your gut. If something feels wrong, it probably is.
This all sounds pretty overwhelming. Is there any hope here? Are there any technological solutions being developed to fight back against deepfakes?
There are some promising developments. Researchers are working on deepfake detection software that can analyze videos and audio for telltale signs of manipulation. There's also work being done on digital watermarking and content authentication to verify the origin and integrity of media.
So we're using AI to fight AI. It's like a digital arms race, isn't it?
That's one way to look at it. But NeuralMind emphasizes that the AI war is ultimately about control. It's about who gets to shape the narrative, who gets to influence our perceptions and decisions.
And it sounds like right now we're on the losing side. If companies and governments are already using AI in these manipulative ways, what chance do we as individuals even have?
I wouldn't say it's a lost cause, but NeuralMind is definitely issuing a wake-up call. They're urging us to be more aware, more critical, more engaged in shaping the future of AI.
Okay, so what can we actually do? Besides becoming deepfake detectives, how do we regain control in this AI-dominated world?
It starts with demanding transparency. We need to hold governments and corporations accountable for how they're developing and deploying AI systems. We need to push for regulations that protect our privacy and our rights.
Because if we just sit back and let things play out, who knows what kind of future we're creating?
Exactly. NeuralMind is basically saying, hey, this is happening whether we like it or not, but we still have a choice in how we respond and what kind of future we want to build.
And that choice comes down to being informed, to understanding the complexities of the AI landscape, and to using our voices to demand a future where AI serves humanity, not the other way around.
That's a great way to sum it up. The AI war may be raging, but the battle for a better future is just beginning.
NeuralMind Episode 4 has given us a lot to think about. It's a pretty sobering look at the challenges we're facing, but it's also offered some glimmers of hope. It all comes back to that choice you were talking about. So we've gone deep, really deep, into the AI rabbit hole. We've talked about data domination, AI black sites, and deepfakes being weaponized. It's enough to make you want to chuck your phone in a drawer and unplug from the whole thing.
It's definitely intense, I get that. But remember, NeuralMind isn't trying to scare us into submission. It's more about giving us the tools to understand what's happening.
Right, knowledge is power. But honestly, doesn't it feel like we're already fighting a losing battle? Like the machines are already calling the shots.
That's the big question NeuralMind keeps coming back to. And I think it's by design they don't offer any easy answers. They want us to grapple with this idea, figure out what it means for ourselves.
Okay, so let's grapple. Let's say for a minute that the AI war is over. Who's standing victorious?
On the surface, it looks like the big tech companies, right? They control the data, the algorithms, the whole system.
But NeuralMind suggests that even these tech giants might not have as much control as we think.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. AI systems are complex. Even the most advanced ones can go off the rails. They can make biased decisions, create harmful content, things their creators never intended.
So it's not just about who has the most powerful AI. It's about who sets the boundaries, who makes sure it's being used ethically.
That's the key takeaway from NeuralMind. We need to move past this idea of an AI war and start thinking about AI governance, about creating rules, regulations, ethical frameworks to guide how these technologies are developed and used.
That sounds like a job for governments, for international organizations.
It is, but it's also on us. As citizens, as consumers, we need to stay informed, demand transparency from those in power, and push for policies that protect our interests.
Because at the end of the day, we're the ones who will be living with the consequences of AI, good or bad.
Exactly. NeuralMind is giving us a wake-up call. They're saying, hey, this is happening. Pay attention. Get involved. Shape the future you want to see.
So what can we do? Besides becoming deepfake detectives and hiding from the algorithms, what are some practical steps?
Start with education. Stay informed about what's happening in AI, the benefits and the risks. Support organizations that are advocating for responsible AI development.
And don't be afraid to raise your voice. Challenge companies that are misusing AI. Hold your elected officials accountable.
It's about reclaiming our agency in a world where algorithms are increasingly influential. We need to be the ones setting the terms, defining the values, making sure AI is used for good.
Powerful stuff. It's a good reminder that the future isn't set in stone.
Hmm.
We still have a say in how this all plays out.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of NeuralMind Episode 4. It doesn't just lay out the problem, it invites us to be part of the solution.
So to all our listeners out there, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI. Keep asking the tough questions, keep demanding better, and let's work together to build a future where technology empowers us, not controls us.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Until next time, stay curious and stay engaged.